Hello everyone, here we go with another project, another device to be fixed. These boombox, as I call it, it's a Bluetooth speaker, T and G. I think it's a Chinese Bluetooth speaker, not very pricey, but it should be fine. It's worth it to be fixed. I bought it on the flea market for only almost $1, €1. And as you can see, the main problem here is that the charging port totally um, broke. So disordered from the board. Probably some pins are ripped apart. But as you can see, also the USB seems fine. The the micro memory port is also fine. So also moving and shaking the device, I can hear something rattling inside. So probably that's the charging port, the mini USB, the macro USB. And here we go with the repair. I'm starting now to disassemble the device. I'm using a cheap kit for disassembly devices, or however it's called. It's spatulas and some kind of pointy stuff to open the device. As you can see, this one it's opening from the front part, and hidden there are four screws. Not very complicated, just four screws, and then we can move on, dividing the device in two. Yeah, here we go. Very easy. Just a simple device actually. Not a big deal. One speaker, one battery, and a small Bluetooth and audio amplifier board. This one has also the radio FM, so USB connection, USB input, Bluetooth input, and also radio FM, which is nice. It's always good to have a radio device which can be used even without a smartphone or, I don't know, a flash drive. I'm checking here the board visually if there is anything missing, anything broken. Everything seems fine beside that micro USB. As you can see, that's totally messed. I mean, we are missing uh, two pads. These two here totally broke. The third one also. The third and the fourth pin are common, so probably it's not a big deal to be resoldered. And then we have that external, let's say external anchors, which are the ground part. And these anchors actually will be needed in order to have the charging port fixed, charging port stiff and soldered to the board. So basically, the more anchor you have, the better the port will take the stress, will take the force you are putting through the cable. Here, I couldn't. I mean, the job is very easy. Nothing hard. Um, I had some struggling because I didn't remove totally the board from the speaker, as you can see. I try to be the most efficient as I could, but of course, it wasn't that efficient in the end. But I tried to fix the port very quickly, directly in the speaker, so without desoldering the pins and the wires for the speaker. But I had some problems because probably that original micro USB uh, had two holes where uh, let's say like legs, two legs needed to be inserted. So basically, as you can see there, there are two small holes which should be probably used uh, to insert that two pins, that two legs, so that will give more stability to the micro USB port. But yeah, I just remove it basically with the pliers. I have flattened it out, so nothing was going to interfere and make a problem for the soldering part. And as you can see now, the board, I mean the charging port, soldered directly on the board without any obstructions, without any problems, just slide in place from its own. Now the important part, what can be here, just to have everything aligned. If I solder the micro USB with an angle, so not very precisely, that will be a problem because it will be harder to have everything aligned. So basically, if you start better, the better you will have as an outcome. The result will be easier and probably better visually, and also um, soldering wise, it will be easier to solder. I'm starting from the left side, so I'm going to solder the probably the easiest pins, which are these two. They are common, they are together. It should be ground. I didn't check, I'm not sure. Probably it's ground, just ground. Should be ground. So we have that two pins on the ground. Then we should have data plus, data minus, and the first right pin is the plus 5 volts. I'm thinning up the traces and the old solder because you know the factory solder, it's always, let's say, bad quality. Actually, they are using some different percentages of silicon and the lead and everything. So uh, I think they're using something like no unleaded solder. So uh, it's harder to work on with that solder. So if you have your solder, which is always working fine for you, I I suppose it's better for you to use that solder. Of course, you can do it even with the original solder, the factory one, but you will need probably to add some more solder in order to have everything very soldered in place and perfectly functional. And yeah, so the first two pins on the right are soldered. I'm soldering very slowly, one by one, the two pins, the the central two pins. Yeah, this part it's as I said, it's harder than it should because I'm trying to solder without removing the board from the device, and that probably slowing down everything. But as you can see, with some patience, everything can be done. I'm using solder coil, coil wire, which is specifically made to be used for this kind of job where you need to rework and recreate traces. If you have some kind of signal trace and you do not need anything powerful to carry current, you can use these very thin wires. This is very thin, believe me. I didn't compare it as with with a human hair, but probably it's one half of the human hair. So it's very thin. Okay, we have two wires. I need another one, which is the plus. Same logic, same technique. I'm firstly trying to thin a little bit the point of the wire. Then I need to solder it directly on the pin, so I'm pretty sure that that's soldered, you know. So thinning the wire, solder it directly the wire on the connector pin, and then you just place the wire on the track board, which for me works fine and probably it's the easiest way to do it. You can do it in a different way. Everybody has its own way, but for me it's easier to do it like that. Well, finally we have the pins back. I'm now anchoring the best as I can the charging port. So I'm adding more fuel, let's say like that. I'm adding more solder to the side of the boards, to the side of the charger, so the board will anchor and will lock that charging port in place. I could now just add a little bit of UV mask, but I didn't because, yeah, you know, nothing nothing problematic here. The board has just one board. Nothing can touch, nothing can move that pins. Tried also to move the board manually to see to make some mechanical stress to in order to see if it's going to take the brake, but it doesn't move. It doesn't move, so it's soldered properly. No problems there. Problem solved. I'm now soldering back the battery. As you can see there on the board, I make a small scratch, small writing plus and minus, so I'm sure to solder back the wiring as it should be. Of course, with a battery you cannot uh, make any mistake, otherwise you are going to burn something. Probably this is a small wattage, small power battery, but if we can do it better, why not? Checking with the board. I mean, I soldered everything, placed back everything. I'm trying to understand now if everything is it's perfectly working, if we have any kind of problem. As you can see, the red LED switched on while charging, which is a great news. We soldered everything. Everything is working now. The battery was taking like 0.60 milliamps and 600 milliamps, which is a good sign the battery is charging. Of course, these kind of batteries are not going to take a huge amount of current, but yeah, I'm trying now to see if the battery, I mean, if the board is working, if the Bluetooth is working. I powered on the speaker, connecting on it, and I'm going now to search some free music, no copyright music, to see if it's booming. It's a boombox. We should have some booms and bangs. Yeah, I'm going to record the sound, so maybe you can hear it and have an idea. Everything is working. I will upload the recording. But yeah, I'm testing here the speaker, testing uh, how this is working, if anything it's out of place. But yeah, everything seems fine, everything it's perfect. So yeah, that's all. That's fix for today. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, share, like, and see you in the next one maybe. Bye bye.
No time for reasons. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will.